Praise the Most High today, family. I say hallelujah. It is another absolutely gorgeous day here in the Carolinas, family. I'm so glad to see it. I'm so glad to be in the land of the living. As far as I know, anyway. Hallelujah. Thank the Most High. See, family, it comes to a point where you love the Most High more than anything in the world. Anything and anybody. And you start keeping them first in your life. And as you do that, you spend more time with him. Give more time to him. Because as he said, he'll never leave us or forsake us. He's right there the whole time, all the time. And I was so ecstatic to hear the testimony from one of our okies. Let's see if we can find that. That's important. Yes, Okote Lakeisha Williams. I'm not going to read all of her note, but just the important part. Well, we will. Hey, Robert, you are looking in good spirits. Praise God. And I would say I'm in the spirit. Like the text says, you walk in the spirit, you won't fulfill the lust of the flesh. They say a lot of times we think that just means sexual lust. Or lusting after things. But it also can mean lusting to have your own way, to do your own thing. And to fear. And she was speaking on the recording. And this was from Who's Your Present Help in the Time of Trouble. She said, very present as he never leaves. I had a situation and I said, Abba, where are you? Like we all do, my sister. Like we all do. She said, Abba, where are you? I can't recount the times that I said those very words. Daddy, where you at? Aren't you listening? He said, I am with you. A couple of days later, I had my Bible open on my table, and it was open to Haggai 1 and 2. I began to read all the way through the chapters, and I read, I am with you. I smiled because I knew he was confirming to me. I heard him clear. Keep praising Yahuah, Robert. Now, family, don't y'all know that's a grand testimony? Praise the Most High, family. Yes, sir. And see, that's part of the key, what she said at the end. Keep praising Yah. Keep praising. Like this song we sung back in Tabernacle of Prayer for all people in the barrel. No matter what they say or do to you, keep praising Yah. No matter what they say or do to you, keep praising Yah. Keep on praising Yah. When the storms of life are raging high, keep on praising Yah. He's worthy. He's worthy. He's worthy. He's worthy. No matter what they say or do to you, keep praising Yah. See, family, that's where I pretty much learned to hold the key, hold the tune. And that's not true. My pops, he is a singer. He used to sing all the time before we moved out to Goldsboro. He used to sing solos in the church. Powerful. But that's the key to our idea for today, family. And I do hope everyone is well today. And that you, unlike myself, are able to get out and enjoy this day. Getting yourself in some fresh air, some sunshine, and the Most High willing some exercise. I say I'm not able to get out and enjoy my day. Well, family, I am enjoying seeing how the Most High works. How he have already gone before us and made the crooked places straight. How he have orchestrated, what's the word, family? Divine appointments, divine introductions is the word. Praise the Most High today. This one fella, I'm not going to call his name, but he has been coming by to see me and we have been talking. And of course the Most High is gonna, what the text says, he's a rewarder of those who diligently seek him. That means continuous. That means continuous, what's the other word? Consistently. You could even say for those that consistently seek him, he's a rewarder of those who consistently seek him. And family, the text also says that when you come to him, you must realize that he is the Elohim, that he is God, as the text says. In short words, saying that he's real, he's there. And that's the key to today's idea. Continuing to diligently seek him because of all the distractions being thrown our way, family. And that's the name of our idea for today. No distractions. No distractions. And why do we have distractions, family? I think we'll first be suitable to give the meaning of distractions. And it is a thing that prevents someone from giving full attention to something, or full attention to somebody. And in this case, full attention to the somebody, the one, the only, the Most High Elohim Yahuah. Hallelujah. And it also means extreme agitation, a state of anxiety of the mind and or the emotions. See, family, ain't nothing like it when we get off in our emotions. Just can't nobody tell you nothing. You're catching feelings, just like when you meet a new beau, a new gal. They call it catching feelings. But it's all about them emotions. If you can't control your emotions, family, there's pretty much nothing you can't do when you direct your attention in the right way, or should I say to the right person. But them distractions will get you every time. Let's read the script. And it's Hebrews 12:2, and we just used this script the other day. See, this is my heart medicine, family. See, this is what I have to keep going through me, or pouring in my ruach, or feeding on. And yes, it seems like it's just simple milk, but this is chomp meat. It says, looking unto Yahushua, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of Yahuah. See, he killed all the distractions in his life. And how did he do it, family? How did Yahuah or Yahushua show us the example of killing the distractions in his life? He steal away. I know we got that tune in our ear. We sung it yesterday. He's still the one, and that's true. But today we're saying steal away. Slide off to the side somewhere, get quiet. Listen to your papa. Hallelujah. And he'll talk to you. Like we say, if you talk to him, he'll talk back. Yes, indeed. Praise the Most High. Let's read some notes. Family, as we spoke about in our prior recording down through there, it's very important that we keep in mind that yes, the Most High will take us down through there. However, more than not, we take ourselves down through there as well as around the mountain in our lives over and over because of distractions. Just like I was telling this nurse about not eating something. And I told her everything I didn't eat. And then came back and said, and I don't eat that either. I said I went all the way around that mountain just to tell you I don't eat such and such. Praise the Most High. But we put ourselves through it, family, by taking our eyes off the ball. Oh boy. And family, you do know what can happen to you when you take your eyes off the ball, don't you? I don't know if you can still see it. But I have a 30-year-old scar right here from a broke nose. From where I got hit in the nose. I was a catcher in high school. And I was catching this dude. I should say this fellow. Somebody said, what is a dude? I was catching this fellow named, in telling this story, I used to just be able to flip his name off my tongue. But this heavy-handed pitcher, that joker was throwing 100 miles per hour pitches in high school. And he threw me a knuckleball. And what a knuckleball does, it floats on the air, going up and down, just like this. So when it's coming to you, it's looking like this. And it sailed on me when it got right to my face, right to my nose. And it caught the top rim of the glove. It hit me in the top of my nose. Damn, I'll never forget that pain in my life. Nor the feeling, because it felt like I was just about to pass out, but not quite. With a whole lot of burning nose. Oh, and family, that comes from taking your eye off the ball. Now, I can't say I took my eye off the ball then. I just wasn't prepared for the pitch he was throwing. I called for a fastball, but he threw a knuckleball. But praise the Most High, I got over it quick. I said, I'm not catching no more. I said, I'm not catching no more for that joker. Never, never, ever. I think that was around the time I started pitching. I do believe it was. Because I was a sophomore then, playing varsity. And those were the varsity players. And basically all the spots were taken up in the infield. And I didn't play the outfield. So I was basically a run hitter or hit runner. That means when somebody hit the ball and they're more valuable on the bench because they're slow, they'll put me or my brother in. But we always played the infield and we would play back up. But praise the Most High. And once again, I'm going all the way around the mountain to make one point. And it is, don't take your eyes off the ball. Don't take your eyes off the Most High. Because it'll cost you. And like I said, family, my nose was broke and bleeding. They wanted to take me to the hospital, but I already knew what it was. What am I going to the hospital for? My mama already didn't want us playing sports. That's the exact reason she didn't want us to play football. My pop said, you gotta let them do something, man. You gotta let them do something. Them are young boys. But they allowed us to play baseball, and that almost changed her mind. Oh boy, praise the highest today. But let's continue. And we mentioned going around the mountain in our lives over and over because of distractions, because our forefathers did the same thing. We all know the story of Yahsharael wandering in the wilderness for 40 years. In Deuteronomy, Moses wrote that they had wandered in the wilderness for 40 years and that the journey should have only taken 11 days. Imagine that. The Most High had already promised them the promised land for them to enjoy, already established and prepared for them to go into and possess it. However, the people squandered those 40 years, and Yahuah allowed them. Oh boy, pardon me. I said that Yahuah allowed them. Thank you, Father. But he's saying we're not in a place today where we got 40 years to squander, let alone a year, 6 months. Some of us not even hours. They wandered through the wilderness because of, as the text says, they refused to believe the Most High and obey Him. Family, is this you today? Do you refuse to believe the Most High and to obey Him? See, it didn't say it, you refuse to obey Him. First, it said you refuse to believe Him, the Creator of all heavens and earth. How can you refuse to believe the Creator, the one that made you? And I think in most of our cases, family, we're distracted with the idea that He's not going to take care of us. He's not going to do what He promised to do. And what a bad feeling. See, just imagine if I was up here in this hospital and didn't know that the Most High was going to do what He said He was going to do. See, I didn't say I believe. No, we past believing. Oh, it's past a belief set with me, family. See, like the old pastors used to say in church, you got to know that you know that you know that you know that He got you. And then when you get to knowing, you pass it on. See, that's the whole key, family. When you stop becoming distracted, you get some footing, you throw a hand back around and pull somebody else up. Say, you can make it. Hold on. Don't you worry about a thing. Come on here. And we went on to write, the text is filled with the same old sad song of how our people get distracted by taking their eyes off Yahuah, by disobedience to His word. We turn back on covenant by getting distracted by the old okie doke. I was going to take a very brief look at our forefather Samson. However, since we all know the story very well, I will simply pose a simple question. And that story, that historical event, is in Judges 16, 1 through 25. And we know the story between Samson and Delilah. But I'm not going to tell him, I'm going to let you read it. And the simple question I want to pose today, family, is, what is distracting you from believing and obeying the Most High's plan for your life?
New admission, 5125, doing that.
Once again, what is distracting you from believing and obeying the Most High's plans for your life? What is it? Is it your own selfish plans? Oh boy. I believe I done hit the nail on the hammer, family. Or should we say, well, I done hit the hammer on the nail. Square, one hit. Blam! Sunk it all the way down to the wood. See, family, we have got to get over our heart's desires. Uh-oh. Why would you say that, Robert? You promised to give me my heart's desires. Okay, that's good, okay. But are you like David with those heart's desires? Oh, I just heard a pin drop. See, the text says David was a man after the Most High's heart. So that means he was chasing the Most High's desires for him, not wanting the Most High to chase him down with blessings. They saying, do this, do that, the other for me. That's what I want to do. But how about you get to the point where you start realizing my ways ain't his ways ain't my thoughts. His thoughts on my ways on his ways. His ways are much higher than mine. His thoughts are much higher than mine. So what do I do now? It's time to get somewhere to get quiet and listen. And start submitting. Just as I was telling my brother again this morning. It's nothing like in all the world knowing that you lined up with your Elohim, that you're walking humbly with your Elohim family. How many of us know that's the key? Can you say walk out front? He said walk humbly with your Elohim. That means when he tell you, okay, I'm going to need you to do this, that, and the other. That's what I want for your life. That's what I plan for your life. That's why I made you. This is what you're going to do. This is who you're going to be. You're supposed to be jumping up like my mom. Like my mother said, she was jumping and kicking, clicking heels. In that card she gave me, I just couldn't imagine my mama jumping and clicking heels. And I imagine she could do it.
Olivia says yes for a phone call, Olivia.
I'm quite sure she could. See, my mother is a very athletic woman. She believed in taking care of that body. But praise the Most High family. No distractions. Absolutely no distractions. What is distracting you from doing what the Most High made you to do? See, when we start praying, family, uh-oh. Did I just cuss? I believe I did. I said when we start praying for the Most High's will to be done in our lives, it's over. Then he can use you. But then he can use us on a higher level. When we stop worrying about ourselves, our little small issues and problems. When we start looking at him like, okay, you got me. Now what can I do for you today? What can I do for the kingdom? Right here where I'm at. Then you start seeing people walking by your room. Coming in saying, can I talk to you? Of course you can. What's on your mind? Folks start telling you your answers to my prayers. You're the answer to my prayer. Okay. Well, he's the answer. I'm just a vessel. Hallelujah. See, then we can become vessels of honor, used by the highest. We stop looking at ourselves as the highest. When we make the Most High the highest in our lives. See, family, regardless of what we think, it's not all about us. And all of us have that feeling in our hearts and minds that it's all about me. I gotta take care of me, that's what I'm here for. But it's really not. It's all about him. Hallelujah, what a grand feeling to be able to say that out loud. And to mean it. It's all about him in my life. What about you? No distractions. Stay your family, keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom.